Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality wherever you are in the world when you're watching. A huge shout out to you. We've got a full program today. Thank you, before I start, nearly forgot, thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. For those that have sent our beautiful gifts, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything that my viewers do for me in whatever way they choose to do is very much appreciated. Many of you have heard about East Maxwell has come out, offered to tell her side of the story. Well, one would wonder what that would be like, but we'll look at that. Also, in another reading this week that I did, I couldn't shake off. Trump was on his sick bed, and I just couldn't shake that feeling off that, you know, potentially there's a potential that he could pass away. And of course, in the media, you've seen his hand now being focused on. He's falling asleep more and more. His legs are swollen. All of these things suggest someone who's not in good health. I don't wish him ill will in any shape or form. But we'll have a look at his health again. Wouldn't be the first time I've picked up health issues for him. The Republicans at the moment, I think it's the Department of Homeland, Kristi Noem's department, is looking at compiling databases of voters. It is thought to purge voters from rolls. Now, they did this in 2024 very successfully. It is the sleeping giant. No one really took it up. I think 2 million ballots purged. And I think that, along with gerrymandering and other attacks, led to Trump winning in a very narrow victory. I want to see, some of you have asked, you're a bit concerned, will this affect the midterms in 2026? Perhaps throw it to the Republicans. I don't think so, but I'll check for you again. I have been promising to read on Canada and its diversification of trade. It's been hit with 35% tariffs. Let's take a look at how it's going to do economically. My own Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, is in China, just wrapping up a trade visit to China. It's been quite a successful visit. Of course, this is his second visit to China. China is our biggest trading partner, and we live and work and exist in the Asia-Pacific region, and these are our neighbours. And so we've been put into a situation by the US asking us to commit to going to war to China when it hasn't committed to going to war with China. Of course, our Prime Minister said, no, we don't make future hypothetical commitments. That's up to the government and the people of the day. That's how democracies work. Anyway, much is being made by the conservative parties here about Anthony Albanese not meeting with Trump. Anthony Albanese won 90 out of, 100 and... He won a massive majority of seats, and this was largely due to an anti-Trump blowback. Okay, so Aukus, the review, it's under review. That's the Defence Pact, nuclear submarines with Australia, UK and the US. Will it go ahead, or will Trump demand we pay even more money than what we've already paid? Also, Israel is now attacking Syria. Why? To defend the Druze. When they annexed the Golan Heights, of course, that was part of Syria, and these people are Arab, or the Druze, and of course this annexation has just been formally recognised by Trump as being legal. Well, the rest of the world doesn't recognise it as legal. Anyway, as with everything in the Middle East, it's all about land, expansion, Zionism, whatever you want to call it. And they've now bombed Syria to protect the Druze in Syria. Okay. All right. It's really to destabilise the Syrian government. Okay. Let's have a look at Maxwell in this tell-all. Will she implicate Trump? If she ever gets her chance, whether it's via a book, that could be the book. She was rumoured to be writing one. She wants to go before the Supreme Court and get an appeal and get let out of jail because of the deal that Acosta, Trump's former Labor Secretary, did with Epstein. She reckons she's been prosecuted unfairly because that deal covered the co-offenders, not to prosecute. Okay. All right, so Ghislaine Maxwell, will she ever get the chance to tell her side of the story? Will Ghislaine Maxwell ever honestly and truthfully tell her side of the story? Will Ghislaine Maxwell ever tell her side of the story truthfully? Okay. So we have justice here. Justice is occurring in some way. This can be a blind alley sometimes, justice, but it can also balance the scales. And we've got getting out of jail free. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Moving out of troubled waters. She's trying to get out of jail, and there is a chance that she may. Here she is, the Queen of Wands. Remember, the Queen of Wands kept coming up in my readings. I don't know what star sign, what zodiac sign she is, but I think this is very much her. She has a plan. She's going about trying to get her freedom. In the past, we have boundaries. That's a no. It's like world weariness. That's her in jail, I think. And she's looking for a new start. Oh, God, looks like in some way she might get it. Death card comes up. The death card comes up. She better watch out. She might meet the same fate as Epstein, but that is the end of something. She has huge endings and new beginnings. Let's hope it's not in the afterlife. In the present, we have illusion. Why would we be surprised? The whole thing is one big illusion. When I say illusion, cover up, I mean cover up. It's hard going for her. Will she tell all truthfully? Hopes and fears, not wanting to end up like Epstein. Strength, looks like she's got a hand to play. The Empress card, she's looking for freedom, money, and then we have the King of Pentacles, interesting, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Yeah, she's I think she will tell all, and I think it does implicate Trump. I think she will in some way speak about Trump, the business, trafficking, minors. She's got a strong hand to play, and she's determined to play it. She should watch out though, but because I have both the Hanged Man, she feels like she's been betrayed by everybody, but why? Because she's the only one who's taken the fall for the wicked things that she did, that others perpetrated as well. So she's out to play a very strong hand. She's got a strong hand because of what she knows, and she's going to use it to try and get free. But with the Hanged Man and the Death card there, she's on a very, very slippery, dicey slope. Yes, she can implicate Trump in this. All right, let's have a look at his health, because, as I said, the Epstein stuff is not going away. He's now nuking his base because they are against him. I don't need their support anyway, he's saying. All right, let's have a look. What a torrid, tawdry type of environment he runs. All right, he's got issues with, it looks like some sort of intravenous something is there with his hands. That's what happens when you have medication. They put the needle in, and then as you age, you become more and more bruised. Is that what he's trying to cover up? He's having IV of something, some kind of medication. At the same time, his legs and ankles are terribly swollen. Looks like he's carrying a lot of fluid. What are they trying to cover up? He's falling asleep more and more at various functions and events. We're hearing crickets from the mainstream media. Has Trump got a fairly serious health issue? What do you want to show me? Has Trump got a fairly serious health issue? What do you want to show me? Has Trump got a fairly serious health issue? What do you want to show me? Does Trump have a fairly serious health issue? Alright, so we have the Four of Wands, that's reunions, very much my Mar-a-Lago card, and we have strength, reunions, family, strength, and the Devil, an addiction, can be chained to something, something he can't do without. The Devil is at the foundation of the reading. Here she is in the past. Yeah, there's a woman and a man involved here. Who's the fire sign woman here? We have the Ace of Swords, great deal of clarity. We could get some clarity on this in the near future. And we have the Ace of Wands, a new plan, a new start. Does he have some fairly serious issues? Looks like he does. And it's something that he has to have. He can't do it without it. There he is in the here and now. And then we have pausing and suspension, the Hanged Man. It doesn't look good for him in the longer term. It looks like he's going to have to I see him in his sickbed, take time out, possibly step down. The Ace of Cups. Now I've got 3 aces here in the hopes and fears. That's emotional resets or the failure to reset the emotion. And then we have bombshell, a bombshell here. And we get temperance, evenness, balance, healing. And then I thought the death card would come up. So this is what I kept seeing clairvoyantly, that he would actually pass. I don't like seeing that. I don't like talking about it. I don't like predicting it. But unless he does something, steps back, he's risking his own health in some way. He's very unwell. He's very, very unwell. And we get loans and debts, giving and receiving help, and delusional. He's not listening. Whatever's wrong with him, he's not listening to his doctors. He's in this kind of, this kind of power type of, it's too much. King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, families, holding back information, and the Tower card. Comes next. Yeah, the truth will come out. I don't like this at all. As I said, I don't wish anyone ill. I don't like predicting death, but he is very, very unwell. And they're telling him that. And he needs to, he just can't though. He needs to step back, or, why did he want a second term? To get out of jail, I guess, put a stop to those investigations, but another Republican candidate could have done, could have helped in some way. He can't do without that limelight. It'll be the end of him in the end. Anyway, look, I hope I'm wrong on that. I just couldn't shake this week. I couldn't shake that clairvoyant image. Hopefully it means something else. As I said, I don't wish him ill. All right. All right, let's have a look at Christy Nome and what they're trying to do to voter rolls, to purge people from voter rolls. Will this voter roll purging help? Do the Democrats still win the midterm House elections? The elections for the House. Do the Democrats still win the midterms elections for the House? Do the Democrats still win the elections for the House? Do the Democrats still win the House? Does the Democratic Party still win the House in 2026? Weariness. Difficulty. The King of Wands is my card for congressional members. Stepping up, bravery. In the past we have the Wheel of Fortune, which suggests there's a fight ahead of them to try and stop this, what is illegal voter roll purging. The King of Pentacles, moving out of troubled waters, suggests that they will take some sort of action that will help. One would hope that's where the energies go. We have the Eight of Pentacles, somebody who is becoming adept but not quite. The Apprenticeship card, and Strength is in the environment. We have the Devil in the hopes and fears. Yeah, they're messing with the rolls. Yes, they do. That's the Six of Pentacles. Because why? Because of the damage that's been done by 2026 to those Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, Social Security. There's enough people that turn out in enough numbers to keep a victory for them. But I want to warn you, there is huge attempts to steal again the midterms. We will start hearing about it, that Eight of Wands, and then we get to stability again. So some of what they're planning won't work, but they are attempting to steal the midterms. We have the Hermit card, the Ace of Cups, and planning, replanning. There she is again. And we need to watch for overseas interference as well. It's the same old playbook. Trying to subvert democracy. It seems like they will win because its voters turn out in such numbers. Is this correct? Can you show me the Six of Pentacles? But there's just a lot. The Nine of Wands here, boundaries. And we get the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So there are boundaries in place, or will be by then. There's that Apprenticeship card too, always trying something on. And then we have Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel that by the time we get there, there are powerful interests that get behind the moneyed interests that get behind the Democratic Party to throw the election to them. But I do want to warn you that the Democratic Party is going to have to work very hard to prevent theft. I think the Democratic Party prevail in the end. I still get the same feeling. The Democratic Party, the numbers are so big that it's too big to rig. But they're going to do some pretty terrible things. All right, so before we get off Trump, I just want to do a quick Kipper reading for him, because the images that as I said, it was quite unnerving. I had to kind of stop. He was on his sick bed. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick Kipper reading. I'll bring the laptop down so you can see. We've got Trump here as the main character. Behind we have the past. Here we have the present, and then we have the future. So can you show me Trump's health? Will he do a full 4 years? Will Trump do a full 4 years? Can you show me his health as well? Will Trump do a full 4 years, or will his health fail him? What can you show me about Donald Trump? All right, so in the past we have occupation, work, and house, stability, his home, his family, his business and sudden wealth. That's also his roots, his ancestral roots, his father, his grandfather. He wasn't a self-made man. He came from money. And this shows me that he was able to leverage all of that and achieve fame and fortune. Now, in the present, we have community. That would be MAGA. But then we have toil and labour. So things aren't going as well for him now, or they're starting to, I think there's a downturn. And astrologically, that is exactly what's happening. His luck is sort of like running out. We have imprisonment in the future. We have the Lovers, and then we have death. And I thought that might come up. So it does go absolutely. At the base of the pact, there's concern. I just want to go through those cards in the future again. Imprisonment, being jailed. No, I'm not saying he will be jailed, because I don't think he'll live long enough. But he is, in the future, almost like imprisoned in some way. Could be unwell in his sickbed. The Lovers would be his base still. He will always keep some of his base. But then we have the ending here, the coffin, the death, and then we have a gift. Perhaps it is the universe's gift in some way that this whole saga finishes. So before it finishes, it looks like there is a huge kind of downturn. I mean, this person should have just stayed living his life like he used to. Yeah, there's a child, a mature woman, and unexpected outcome. Court cases and change. Okay, and thief. Okay, so anyway, we got the coffin card in the future, whether it's my prediction or something else. It's an ending for him. All right, it's not a good ending either. All right, let's the Lover's card suggesting that he could be betrayed or I don't know, by his own base. Now, my battery's going to run out soon, so I'm probably going to have to keep this reading short. All right, let's have a look at Canada. Canada. Actually, hang on a minute. I'll just get the power cord. Sorry about that. Okay. Terribly sorry. These things happen from time to time, but I did want to finish the reading. Okay. Now we're not going to cut out. Sorry, as I said. Sorry. All right. It calls for a... Stay calm, everybody. It calls for a sip of matcha tea. Where are we going? Canada. I would have hated to have lost this reading. Okay. Canada. Will Canada successfully recover? Will recover successfully from tariffs and a trade war with the US. Carney is an excellent economic manager. That's his forte. That's why he was elected. Well, Canada, it's a crossroads for Canada. There will be a narrowing, could be some short-term pain, but there's a long-term vision here. It's a complete change. Everything is upside down. It's time to cut the ties here, and I think Canadians know that and are prepared for some pain. Will Canada successfully recover from the trade war with America? This is not a bad thing because it actually it gets rid of a lot of complacency. Will Canada successfully recover from a trade war with America? Abundance in time. It will take some time. This is a season, like a year or a growing season. The seeds that are planted now pay off in the future. Yeah, it's a movement. And it's heading in the right direction. Now, there's a lot of disappointment here. 3 cups lost, but there's 1 cup remaining. I feel with Australia we are a little bit like that in terms of our defence now, where we can't take support, any sort of support from the Commonwealth, from the US for granted under Trump. Even if you did have a pact with him, he would break it. It's not to be trusted, and so we have to look at doing things in a new way too. The world is endings in the past, major cycles ending. Okay, we have to realise that major cycles are ending. Where do we go from here? So we have clarity. I think that Canadians are extremely resolved, extremely, what's the word? They're gritting their teeth. They have a lot of clarity over the situation and where to now. In the immediate future, as I said, there is a narrowing of things. There could be some short-term pain. It's a step back and a retreat from the previous relationship with America. Right now, it's hard to get clarity here. Will the 35% remain? Will he change that? Who knows? But we have some news coming. It's a very quick environment. Everything, thank God you got Carney, because everything must be done very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. And if Canada is economically independent from the US or in a stronger bargaining position then you will get less of Canada is the 51st state type of rhetoric. Now we have wish fulfillment in the here and now, and the outcome is the Hierophant. Canada's going to be okay. This is a strong government, the Hierophant, but we also have loss. I think, are you before the World Trade Court at the moment? 3 cups lost, but 2, there's no sugarcoating it. And we have loans and debt and bravery and stepping up. So the reading is very consistent. Boundaries, saying no, and then we have looking to other foreign countries for trade deals, and we have deals being done. So the country that's doing a lot of trade deals is not Trump's America, it's actually Canada. But there's some short-term pain there. I think Canada is extremely clear-eyed and ready to go the distance. So short-term pain, but longer-term vision, and in the longer term a stronger position. Okay, that's what happens when we're put in to a position where our backs are against the wall. All right, let's have a look at Aukus for Australia. I asked, will it go ahead? And I felt that it was very rocky before. I feel that that Trump is going to ask for more money out of us. Will Aukus go ahead? 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 What's happening here? Will Aukus go ahead? Will Aukus go ahead? I'm just seeing a hole, and the darkness is closing in, and it's almost closed in. I wonder if the fate has already been decided. If fate has already decided this, will Aukus go ahead? successfully defending ourselves, that's our defence pack, and then clarity. Again, a bit like Canada, very clear-eyed. They are going to ask for more money, absolutely. The question is, will we pay it? There's a great deal of restriction, worry here about the deal. And we have the Queen of Cups, something being let out of the bag. There's going to be all sorts of strings with Aukus, that maybe it's a bridge too far for us. We have to look after ourselves. We're going to hear about this soon. I don't know when the review is finished, but we're going to hear soon. In a way, it's already over. In a way, it's the ending of a whole cycle where we used to look to the US mutually. The US, before 2000, was our major. We imported so much cars, Oregon wood, culture, food, Americanism. We just consumed it from about 1960 up to about 2000. We then looked toward Europe from that time forward, and then of course China now. But we have historically had this really strong relationship with the US. It's kind of like Canada, it's finishing. And there's a great deal of disappointment and loss there. That's sad, really sad. The Wheel of Fortune is in the hopes and fears. We have to do things differently, as Canada does. There'll be boundaries. It's kind of like a no. It's like there's too many boundaries here. I'm sorry for Australia's interest, but it's a no. But again, out of the ashes, we look to something new, and we find our way through a difficult period. I'm just going to say we're going to feel betrayed by the end of this. We're going to feel betrayed. Volatility, money, abundance, a decision needing to be made, something coming to fruition in time, and so there's definitely more money demanded, extorted, demanded, and then whether we will feel, Australians will feel like they've been betrayed. I think there's a good chance it won't go ahead, but I'm not going to say outright it won't. But in some way, Australia feels betrayal. I wanted to do one more, the future of Israel. Is it just going to have impunity? I am anti-Zionism. I'm not anti-Semitic. So don't come for me, please. A lot of my viewers and a lot of people around the world are furious at the barbarianism that is happening in Gaza, at the straight up, it's okay to shoot people as they come for aid. It's okay to shoot mothers and babies as they come for infant formula. It's okay to unilaterally bomb whoever we want to bomb for whatever reasons that you or I wouldn't ever be able to figure out, because it's just a high-powered game about land and money. So I am still of the opinion that humanity is what we need, that there is right and wrong. Taking someone else's land is wrong. Okay, make of it what you will. Unsubscribe, I don't really care. I'm anti-Zionism. Okay, the future of Israel. Okay, the future of Israel. What can we see here? Will there ever be any checks and balances on Israel? There's a cliff here and a tightrope being walked. Show me the future of Israel. Oh, I'm glad I got that out of my system. All right, so we have a great deal of anxiety and judgment and inevitability here. I think that Netanyahu is absolutely causing much of this fury. and his actions are probably the worst thing that could be done for Jews right now, in causing the rest of the world to become so despairing at Netanyahu and Israel. Israelis need to get rid of Netanyahu. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, financial stability. There's something about an inevitability that there will be always lifelong worry, lifelong anxiety. The Eight of Pentacles. Many things are being tested at the moment, and it will determine how we live in the future, how we are now. The Ace of Swords, the truth and clarity. And we have victory. So there are short-term victories for Israel. However, it's built on what? It's built on death. Let's not forget who empowered Hamas in the first place. Was Netanyahu. Walking away, look at that. Walking away, they're not winning. It might seem like they are, but they're not. The King of Wands. The King of Wands. In the hopes and fears, bravery, stepping forward, and we have maturity and wisdom. So Israelis have to make a decision about how they want to move forward. Do they want to live like this in the future, or is there another way? Because right now we have the tower being brought down upon them, and we have strength in a very strong way. This is a complete restructuring, I think, in the end of the Israeli leadership and government. Not good cards, are they? Not good cards in this spread at all. So it doesn't matter if it looks like a win. Be aware that that's not what it is. They may have short-term victories, but in the long term, the Tower, death. All right, that's it. Bye for now.